or use chat or use Q&A? Okay, we will start now. So this is a session about GitHub with github.dev, and I will tell you what is GitHub, what is github.dev, and what is Git if anyone want to know. So my name is Rakesh Putnuru. I am Alpha Microsoft Learn student ambassador, and I am also part of other communities like GDSC, Postman, and Angel Hack. And I am the speaker of this session, and I will teach you GitHub, and I will tell you how to use github.dev to make open source contributions. And that's it about me. And let me I'll introduce you to Nikhil Mahana. Nikhil Mahana, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone. Yeah, Nikhil Mahana this side. I'm one of the beta MLSA in Microsoft, and I'm part of every other tech communities as well. I also work as an operator at Tulio. Stays or yours, Rakesh. You can go ahead.
Okay, let me first start the recording, and then we will start. Recording is already started.
Yeah, it's on. Yeah.
Okay. So for this session, the prerequisite is you need a GitHub account because we are going to contribute to a repository, and we are going to create a repository. So you need a GitHub account. I hope everyone has GitHub account. Yes. Okay. If anyone want to ask anything, you can turn on your mic and ask. So learning objectives. So by completing this session, you will be able to open a repo using github.dev and create a branch in your repository and commit changes to that branch, create pull request, merge pull request, and delete your branch. So we are going to achieve all this in this session. And today's event structure is introduction. I will introduce you what this session is about, and then I will teach you what is GitHub, and then I will tell you how to work, how to contribute to open source projects using github.dev, and then we will have a small quiz, and then we will summarize, and finally we will tell you the instructions how to give away. Who's speaking?
हाँ सर जो लोग मैं कॉल में मैसेज कर देगा हाँ सर मैं
Someone's
मैसेज कर
mic
देगा
is on.
उनको
Okay. Is the agenda clear for everyone? Can put a reaction. Okay. So this session is about GitHub and why we need GitHub and what you can do with GitHub, and also this is October special season. You all may contributing to open source projects, so you will use a GitHub a lot. So it's good to know GitHub. So let's continue. So what is GitHub? GitHub is a platform for developers to collaborate on projects and to work together on a project and with the developers from all over the world. And GitHub is also heavily used by companies to handle their development operations tasks like CI/CD, etc. And you can create public repositories, private repositories, and there are features like reporting bugs, opening pull requests, and discussions, and a lot of cool stuff. I will tell you everything in the session. So in this session, we will do a hands-on lab. We will explore all the GitHub features, and we will also I will make you contribute to your first contribution. So the GitHub flow. So GitHub has a flow where all the developers follow. Like first you make some changes, you commit those changes, then you push those changes to remote repositories, then you open your pull request, then the reviewers review your pull request. If everything works fine, and they will merge it to their repositories. So we will explore the GitHub flow by doing a hands-on session. So how many of you know Git already? How many of you
I
know
know.
Git? Okay, do you want to explain what is Git?
It's a version control system which tracks all the codes.
Oh, that's it. Can
हम्म
anyone else try?
ये गेटअप का कोई वेबिनार था मैंने किया इस पे लिंक्डइन का प्रीमियम दे रहे हैं कौन लिंक्डइन का
Can anyone want to try what is Git?
Git is a version control system where we push and where we our codes we commit our codes and then we can go to the previous version of them if there are some errors or crashes in that code. We can go to the previous versions of that code.
Okay, Git is centralized version control system or distributed version control system?
Git is the centralized. It's not distributive. Git.
No,
Git is on the local machine and then we push it to the
Git.
GitHub that which it makes
No,
it
no.
distributed.
It is distributed.
It is a distributed version. Can you do you want to tell why it is distributed version control system? Do you know why?
Yeah, we have that code, a base code in our cloud, and then
Yeah.
we upload our code in the cloud, and then many peers can pull those codes to make changes, and then we can it's distributed among the peers. That's why it's distributed. That
Okay.
base code.
Yeah. That's correct. So Git is a version control system. Versions means you can think of like histories, or you can think of them like copies. So you create a copy that's called version. Then you want to add something else. Then you uh, update that copy and create a new version of that copy. So the benefit of this is if you want to go back to previous copy, means you mistakenly added a bug, so you want to go to previous version of your copy, you can use Git to switch back to previous version. So this Git is a lot of useful in software development. I think most of you know how to use it. So Git is installed and used on your local machine, whereas GitHub, it is a like a cloud platform. It is you can do everything you do on Git. You can do it on GitHub. Like you can commit your code. You can switch different branches to switch different versions. You can do all in GitHub. Plus, there are some additional features like discussions, pull requests, notifications, labels, actions, votes, projects. We will see all these in this session. So branches. So branches are like you can imagine like different paths. So there is a branch where is your main software copy is there, and you want to add a, you or your friend want to collaborate on your project, but you don't want to allow him to directly push to that main branch because you want to review your code whether it's following all the style guidelines. Anyone want to speak? Okay. So for example, let's take an example. You have a repository called your portfolio website. So you built your portfolio website and your friend wants to work on your project, and but you don't want him to directly push to the main brands because you want to make sure your friend is following all the style guidelines, code design patterns, etc. So what your friend can do is he can create a branch, and he will after creating branch he will submit a pull request. So what you will do is you will review that pull request, and if everything looking good, if everything works as expected, then what you can do is you can push that branch to your main branch, and your portfolio will be updated from that branch. So this is how you can use branch to divide different tasks. So branches are very useful features. I know a website where you can practice about branches. I will share it later. And next, commits. So before I explain commits, anyone want to explain what is commit? Anyone
It
want
means confirming the changes.
to? Not exactly. Can anyone else?
Sir,
It
these
is
are
like the
like
record we keep
contributions.
of the changes.
One at a time.
It's like the
Yes.
record we keep of the changes.
Okay. Payal, Jain, you want to say something? Can anyone want to try?
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Commit is the record of the changes which we make in one or more files.
Okay. Let me explain. So a commit is a change you do to a file, and you record that change in a like a commit message. Every commit has a unique ID, and it can be tracked along with the time and contributor name. So this provides a clear uh, vision. What you say? Okay, vision. This provides a clear vision on who made what changes at what time. You can see in this screenshot, someone may, made a commit update 001 concept.md at 2 days back, and this is the commit ID and verified, and what brands she committed to, all the stuff. So commits are useful to create records like thing. Next, pull request. So a pull request, it's a mechanism used to signal the commits from one branch are ready to be merged into another branch. So pull request they actually helps maintainers or project owners to review the code committed by another contributor before pushing directly to the main repo. So whenever you make changes, open your pull request. Don't try to directly push to the main branch. So most repos don't allow you. If you have direct access to the repo, then you can directly push it to the main branch. You don't need to open your pull request. Cloning and forking. So cloning and forking. You can think of cloning as a local thing. You want to, if you want to work on your project locally, you can clone the repository to your local system, and you can work on your local copy, then push the changes to the remote repo. Forking is creating a copy in your GitHub account, even in cloud. Cloning is local, forking is cloud. So I hope you understand the difference between cloning and forking, right?
Sorry to interrupt you, sir, but I have a doubt.
Yeah, you can ask.
Sir, a particular contributor needs to uh, implement a pull request every time to contribute.
Yeah,
Is that so?
yeah, he can open a pull request and keep committing to that pull request till he made the old feature or till resolved the old bug, and is the pull request fully satisfied. He can commit to the same pull request. He don't need to open pull request every time. Is that answer for your
Okay, sir.
question? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Anyone else have doubts regarding cloning and forking? Okay, I will take that as no. Next, what is github.dev? So anyone know what is github.dev?
It's like VS Code for GitHub.
Yes, code for GitHub. Anyone know any other explanation?
Sir,
What you
it's an
can do with
ID.
it? ID. What you can do with it? I mean, I mean, you have IDs locally. Why you need github.dev?
So it is a
Okay,
web-based editor.
yeah, what you can do with it, except as a editor. Yeah, you can use it like Visual Studio Code. Apart from that, it has extra features. Anyone know? Okay, it's fine if you don't know. I will explain. So github.dev, it is a online Visual Studio Code. Apart from IDE, it also provides all the features uh, to contribute to a open source repo, GitHub repo, like creating a pull request, managing different branches, creating commits. Everything you do on GitHub, you can do on github.dev. So we will use github.dev to make a open source contribution. So next workshop, here comes the practical part. So before I move on to the next part of the workshop, anyone have doubts regarding anything till so far we covered? Uh,
No,
No, sir.
no,
okay,
sir.
yeah. Anyone want to brief what I explained it so far? Because next we are going to practical part. Anyone want to explain briefly what I explained so far? No one? Yes, Sanjali. No one interested to explain? No.
Sir, GitHub is a open source product in which developers can contribute to other developers' codes and repositories. And
Okay.
and github.dev is a byproduct of GitHub in which has features and
Yeah.
it
Okay.
helps in
Yeah. That's
So,
correct. Yeah.
so GitHub is just like a platform where developers show their work. Just like
Yeah.
by forking a repo, and they can explore like any other person's code by fork a repo, and they can contribute in a open source programs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's much.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
That's the brief summary, I think. So I think everyone is ready for the practical part. You can raise your hand if you are ready. Okay. Okay. Only 5 people are ready. Ten. I hope everyone is sitting in front of your laptops or PCs. First, I
Yes.
will walk you. Yeah, okay. First, I will walk you through the uh, github.dev and how to open a pull request. So let me. Everyone just go to this repository. Real was first PR. I will share this in chat and Q&A. So there are two. Okay, first let me explain this. Okay, first let me explain what this repository is. So this repository is by Avial, and Avial is a platform that supports open source projects. You can explore it more at avial.com, and they made a repository to help you make your first open source contribution. So in this repository, what you do is you can add your name here and put a hyperlink, and then you can give your short introduction at the end. So this is a simple open source contribution you can make with this repo. So there are two ways you can open this repository in github.dev. So one way is just change this .com to .dev, and another way is, which is a nice trick, just click on period. It will open the project in github.dev online editor. If you want to access this github.dev, you need a GitHub account. I hope everyone have. So this is exactly same as Visual Studio Code. Everyone can see this my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I hope everyone of you already know Visual Studio Code. So
Yes,
this
sir.
is no different from Visual Studio Code except on a browser. So I want everyone to open this file. Don't worry, you can do it later after I complete. So what you do is open contributors.md and go to this last name and type your name. I already added my name, so I will add our co-organizer Nikhil Mahana's name. Nikhil Mahana. And put a hyperlink. Then at the end of the file, write a short intro about you, and feel free to share your social links, anything. Hey everyone, this is Nikhil Mahana, a beta Microsoft Learn student ambassador. Okay, I hope Nikhil Mahana is okay for using his name because I already added my name. They may maintainers may get confused. So you can see.
Yeah, please go ahead. Not a problem.
Yeah. So you can see this editor already tracked your changes in this file. You can click on this fork. I don't know what this called. Source control. Okay. So you can see your change is tracked by this editor. Uh, you made a change in contributors.md. So you after that you can add this. You can stage this change. Uh, After staging this change, you can click on this check mark. Before going further, I forgot to tell you, you have to create a branch. I think I made changes to the original repo. I have to make changes to a fork repository. Sorry for the inconvenience. So let's fork this. And I have already my fork. Now open.
Sir, can you please
Sir,
hold one
excuse
second?
me.
Yeah,
Sir, your screen is not visible to me.
not visible.
Yeah.
Anyone else can see my screen? Anyone else can
Yeah,
see my
that's
screen?
particularly like it's visible from my end.
Okay, Pranjal, you can check your internet connection. I
Okay.
think everyone all see the screen.
Sir, can you please repeat the fork process?
Repeat again. Okay. So have you visited the repository github.com avial verse avial first PR? So after visiting the repository, click on fork. You know what fork means, I explained. Uh, if you and give a fork a name and click on create fork. But in my case, I already have a fork. That's why I am seeing with existing forks. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's open this in github.dev. All you do is press period. And this will open the repository in github.dev. You can go through all the files in the github.dev itself. You don't need to clone the repo to local and do all this stuff. So let's make a change.
Folks who don't have any doubt can just turn down their hands, and who have the doubts will take up that in the end. Also, all the resource links will be shared to you over the email, so not to worry. All the repository link and whatever discussed will be dropped to you over the email.
Okay, so we made our changes. This IDE already tracked our changes. So before we are committing, we need to create a branch. So let's create a new branch. You can name branch anything like your name and press enter. So after that, click switch to branch. And after switching the branch, click on source control and click on this check mark and put a commit message. A commit message tells what the commit is all about. So make it short and brief. I will put add my details, and after that press enter. Wait, just
Sir,
Sir,
sorry
where
to
does this
interrupt.
commit message appears?
uh, after you clicking this check mark, it will appear. This check mark. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Sir, could you show the that creating branch part again? Like where did you
I'm not
Okay,
getting the
here
track.
can see this.
Okay, bottom. Okay.
Okay, after committing your changes, there is a small button here, pull request icon. Just click on that, create pull request. Before you creating a pull request, you can compare changes, make sure everything is looking good. See here, this is the previous copy, this is the new copy. See the different versions. Also here, see, this is the previous copy, this is the new copy. It's great to review what changes you made, so you don't get lost. And here in create pull request window, you can see merge changes from which repository and which branch you want to merge changes, and into which repository you and which branch you want to push changes. So in my case, I am pushing from my repository to IVL repository, and you can give your pull request a name like something like this, and description you can leave it like that, and you can also uh, expand your commit message, like explain what all the uh, changes contains. For example, I will put added my name and details. So after giving title and description, you can simply click on create. So you can see your pull request in the Visual Studio Code. I can also see in GitHub repo. It already opened the PR. Let's check it in GitHub repo. github.dev. Here, see, your pull request appears here. This is my pull request, opened 1 minute ago by me. You can review your PR. You can still edit it if you want. And reviewers will review your PR if everything looks good, if your code follows the style guidelines, uh, they will merge it. Currently, I don't have access to merge this PR to their repository, so I can't merge it. They will review and merge. After merging their PR, you can see your name in contributors.md. You can see our name here. Also details here. That's it about creating a PR with github.dev. And optionally, there is something else I want to share with you. So I told you Avial supports open source projects. In turn, they reward you something. So if you contribute to this repository, you will get a badge. Then you can convert that badge to an NFT. You can showcase it on your profile. Oh, this is an optional, not an necessary. So that's about working with github.dev. If anyone have doubts, you can ask me now. Pramod, you can ask. Pramod. Anyone have doubt? Are you able to successfully create a pull request? I will check here. See, I can see 2 more people created a pull request. This is by Mubashir MD. He made changes. He added his name. Another commit by Yes. Yeah. You can ask.
Sir, my certificate is not showing, but I have done it. Why it is so?
Why? What? Can you repeat?
My I have contributed it and did the commit too, but my pull request is not showing.
Is right. Can you see this screen after you created a pull request?
No, sir.
I think you haven't fully completed the GitHub workflow. Can you explain what do you did step by step?
So first I went to the repository, then forked it, and then typed my name and in downside I wrote the details. Then I clicked the sidebar button and created a branch. Then wrote a message, added my details, and I added my name and LinkedIn details, and then pressed the right button on the top.
Then after writing your commit, you have to click the pull request icon. For example, let's make some changes.
Sir, when I was comparing, when the screen splitted and I compared, my name was there. The difference I can see
Yeah, you
before
can
my
see,
commit and
but
after.
you committed, but you haven't pushed those changes to remote repository. There will be an icon here called pull request. Click that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, after clicking pull request, you can create pull request. Be able to do it?
I'm doing.
Okay. Anyone else? Santosh? Santosh,
Yeah, hi
Mridul?
sir. Good evening.
Yes, Santosh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hi
Good
sir.
evening.
Yeah, I'm having a not a doubt. You in the beginning you said that you will be sharing a good resource to learn about the branching. Can you please share that?
This repository?
No, 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 no. You said about to learn about branching, we have a good resource like that.
Okay, I will show you. Wait.
Yeah.
Can you see? This
Yeah.
is
Yes,
the
right.
place. I'll share it in chat.
Yes.
can follow these levels. After completing all levels, you will master Git branching. Git branching is the most important part in Git workflow. So you need a real understanding about it.
Yes, I. Yeah, thank you for this, and you are explaining the things very clearly. Thanks for the session.
The
Yeah,
chat is
yeah,
not visible. Can you share it on the Q&A?
yeah. I also shared in Q&A. I will just speak out the name. It is learngritbranching.js.org.
Yeah, it's visible now.
Ridul,
Yes.
yeah. What's your doubt?
I have added the polygon. Can you please check?
Okay.
Add mine.
No, it's not visible. Check on your forked repo because I already contributed once to this repository, so it directly opened PR in their repository. If it is not showing up here, check on your account. I can see only two. So if these two people can push to this repo, you all can push. Pramod, you still have doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, you can raise your hand down. So I will provide recording. So if anyone was not able to do it now, you can watch the recording and do it of later after the session because we have to wrap it hurry up. So let's go to the next part. I hope everyone understand what I spoke so far.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks everyone.
Guys, wait. Request can check it.
So here's an optional slide I am showing you using GitHub as an ultimate developer profile. Anyone know you can use your GitHub as a profile? It's better than a resume, CV.
GitHub pages, right?
Yes, sir. Portfolio.
No, not GitHub pages. You
GitHub
Portfolio.
can,
profile.
Yeah, today like you can share like you can view as your resume.
yeah. I will quickly show you my profile. If anyone want to create, you can create. So as you can see, this is my profile. GitHub added this feature, I think last year or before last year, where your the repository with your name, it acts as a profile. People can visit your profile, know everything about you, and connect with you, see your open source contributions here. So if you don't have a profile, uh, you can fork my profile and you can just change everything according to yourself, and you can edit skills. You can showcase your open source work with your GitHub profile. So let's test your understanding by playing a small quiz. So first question, what is the best way to report a bug to a GitHub project? Wait for answer.
Option 3.
Nikhil, can we create a poll?
Maybe you can ask them to raise their hand and pick out a random folk. Of course, this won't be the final quiz. We'll have the
Okay,
quiz
okay,
at
yeah.
8:05. I'll share the quiz link in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, anyone raise your hand and speak. We will track your answers and we will send, there are some rewards. So, Ridhil, do you know answer?
Yes. The correct option is C.
Yeah. Check for the bug in the project existing issues, create a new file if it is been reported yet. So, best way to report a bug is first check for all the existing issues, whether your issue is matching the existing issues. If there is no issue, you can create a new one and propose your bug.
Yeah.
So yes, the answer is C. Next, suppose you have created a bug fix on a new branch and want it to become part of the next production build generated from the main branch. What should you do next? Mayank, Ahmed,
Create a pull request.
Sir, option B.
which option?
Option B.
Option B.
Option B,
Option
create
B.
a pull
Option
request
B.
to match your new branch.
ఉందా చాలా అదే ఆన్సర్
Oh, let's see the answer. Yes. So whenever you want to add a feature or want to fix a bug, what you do is create a pull request and to ask request the maintainers to add it to the main branch. And if they add it to the main branch, it will directly be generated in the production build. Next, suppose you did like to work with a project on GitHub, but you don't have right access to the project. What can you do to contribute?
Option
Sayed
C.
Jain, Saikiran,
Yes,
you haven't
option
raised
C.
your hands. Option C.
Option C.
Sir, option C.
Okay. Okay, would you like to explain why option C?
Actually, if you don't have any cloud GitHub, so locally by using commands, we can clone that.
No, no, that's not the explanation. See, if you don't have right access to a repository, what you will do? For example, we contributed to the repo IVLverse. We don't have access to their repo. So what we did?
Sir, option A.
Is that?
Option A.
Option A.
Okay, option A. Would you like to explain?
Sir, so that like we can do whatever changes we feel are necessary, and then we can submit a pull request so that because we don't have access, then they can approve or decline our comment.
Okay, even if you push directly to the remote repository, even if you don't have access, so Git won't allow you, it will reject you before even committing your commit.
Yes, sir. Option A.
Yeah. option A. So